Hi, I'm Elise, this is Witch Way, and here is the real-world witch lore of the many adaptations of The Pale Horse. The Pale Horse was written by author Agatha Christie and first published in 1961. The first on-screen adaptation came in 1997 with the movie The Pale Horse. Next, in 2011, came Season 5, Episode 1 of the same name of Agatha Christie's Marple, followed in 2016 by Season 2, Episode 13 of Les Petites Meurtres de Agatha Christie, also released as Agatha Christie's Criminal Minds, and finally in 2020 with the miniseries The Pale Horse. No matter which adaptation, they each hold the key themes of the original book. A list of names is brought to the attention of our protagonist investigator, but what do the names have in common? Everyone on the list is dead, or will soon end up that way. But why? A small rural village holds the answer, as do the witches who reside there in their house known as the Pale Horse. When the investigator arrives in the small rural village, it lends an element of folk horror to the story. In the 2011 Marple adaptation, the people of the small town are celebrating the anniversary of a witch trial in the area.
The burning? Well, each year the village celebrates the witch trials, 1664.
This is perhaps inspired by the pamphlet A Trial of Witches, which occurred at Bury St Edmunds, though as it was published 20 years after the trial, the pamphlet incorrectly states that the trials took place in 1664, as the events it's referring to actually occurred in 1662, where 2 women were accused of and executed for the crime of witchcraft. In the 2020 miniseries, we see the town holding a Lammas festival. The townsfolk look very Wicker Man while parading down the street in animal masks before decapitating an effigy. These events are perhaps inspired by some of the celebrations for the Gaelic harvest festival of Lunaza, which marks the beginning of harvest season and the start of autumn. This scene depicts the battle of 2 gods, the effigy symbolizing either the scorching sun or one who is hoarding the grain, and the person defeating him represents the god Lu, defeating the summer and returning the grain to the people. We also see another totem representing harvest season in this adaptation, corn dollies. These stem from the belief that at the end of harvest season, the spirit of the harvest was left without a home. So these were made from the last of the crops to house the spirit until the next harvest. But in the miniseries, these are apparently a mark that you have been cursed by a witch. Our 3 witches are likened to the 3 weird sisters in Shakespeare's play Macbeth, and indeed in the 1997 adaptation we see a stage production of the play. And in the 2011 Marple adaptation, it opens with our investigator listening to and reciting a radio play of Macbeth.
And wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings.
Now let me introduce you to our witches, starting with Thurza Gray, the Coven leader. She has been portrayed in 1997 by Jean Marsh, who has been a witch before in both Willow and Return to Oz. In 2011 by Pauline Collins, who has also been a witch before in the Merlin series. And finally in 2020 by Sheila Atim. Thurza Gray has the ability of second sight to see into the future, perhaps to foretell one's death. She also claims lineage to a great-great-aunt burned for witchcraft in Ireland. This narrows it down quite a bit, as very few people suffered this fate in Ireland. The first to be burned was Petronella de Meath in 1324. This was for heresy after being accused of witchcraft. The fate of the 8 accused in the Ireland McGee witch trials of 1711 is unknown, though it's unlikely to be burning, so perhaps she is related to Petronella. In the book, Thurza Gray is also likened to a Madame de Montespan, who was apparently implicated in the great affair of the poisons, which was led by the witch La Voisin, and there is an infamous picture of a black mass being held for Madame de Montespan. Thurza Gray also apparently has an extensive collection of occult books, and a couple are mentioned.
Mrs. Gray, you really do have some wonders here. An original Malleus Maleficorum and this, Grimoire Sadokismus Triumphatus. Very rare indeed.
The Malleus Maleficarum, of course, was written by Heinrich Kramer in 1486 as a witch hunter's guide. The Seducimus Triumphatus, though, is also a book on witchcraft by Joseph Glanville, published in 1681, apparently detailing the malicious abilities of witches. But the image we see in the 2011 adaptation is actually a woodcut depicting someone being punished for one of the 7 deadly sins, and it comes from a 1496 manuscript. Our next witch is Sybil Stamfordis, the medium. Portrayed in 1997 by Ruth Maddock, in 2011 by Suzanne Lynch, in 2016 by Valerie Dashwood, though she here plays more the part of Thurza, with Letitia Candy as Irene, who takes on the role as medium, and in 2020 by Kathy Clark. Sybil is a fitting name for our medium, as Sibyls were the name of oracles of ancient Greece. Mediums are able to open themselves up to channel spirits. Sybil often channels one spirit in particular.
Hello? Is that you, McCandle?
I am here within.
This could be referring to Francois Macandal, sometimes described as a Haitian voodoo priest. He was a Haitian revolutionary and apparently quite proficient with poisons. There's some foreshadowing there. Sybil also uses another method of channeling spirits.
Automatic writing came quite naturally to me. I didn't even know what it was.
Automatic writing is taking a pen and paper, and the medium lets the spirits do the writing. In the books, Sybil is described as being called what we would call an eclectic witch. She takes practices from Africa, India, and Egypt, though some may call that appropriation if not done with the proper respect. She also reads fortunes.
Do you want your fortune told? Read your tea leaves, your palm, or the cards.
Known as tasseomancy, palmistry, and cartomancy, respectively, tarot cards are favoured for the latter. In the 2016 adaptation, we also see throwing bones, another way to divine the future. Our final witch is Bella Webb, the local witch. Portrayed in 1997 by Maggie Shelvin, in 2011 by Janet Galloway, who also played Witch in Weird Sister College, and in 2020 by Rita Tushingham, who also apparently uses the dark arts in the film Puffball, though I can't seem to track it down anywhere. If you know where to find it, please let me know. Not much is known of our witch Bella, other than she is a hereditary witch, as her mother was also a witch, and that she was the local witch of a place called Little Dunning. There is in fact a large mysterious witch memorial in Dunning in Scotland, claiming simply that the witch Maggie Wall was burnt in that location. Bella seems to just know things, and people come to her for that. Thurza mentions people only come to witches for two things.
There are only two things people want badly enough to risk damnation: the love potion and the cup of death.
Bella seems to be knowledgeable on various concoctions and potions, including something that could cause both of these things: Spanish fly. Used sparingly, it was apparently an aphrodisiac, though in large amounts, it could be deadly. The Pale Horse overall scores for lore, history, and the craft. I forgot how much I like a good old-fashioned murder mystery, and with the addition of witches, it makes a delightful mix. My favourite portrayal of the witches is definitely that of the 2020 adaptation. The three of them are the picture of the archetypal maiden, mother, and crone. Very mysterious indeed. Let me know if you have seen any of these in the comments below, as well as anything I may have missed or any recommendations for my upcoming witch lore reviews. Please complete your ritual of liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing this video with anyone else who may enjoy it. And as always, thank you very much for watching here on Witch Way.